Hey, what's up guys, Shuffle King here, bringing you my draft analysis for UPBA. Super excited to join this season. A lot of great coaches, a lot of fun coaches I haven't played in a while or at all, so it's going to be a really cool opportunity to meet some new coaches and to have some formed rivalries continue. Make sure you guys consider liking the video and consider subbing to the channel. Definitely appreciate everyone's support, and hopefully everyone will support the team I have this season. There's 32 coaches this season. It's going to be a lot, but it's going to be divided into 2 draft pools of 16. So it's basically like a 16 coach league, and then there's a finals between like 2 different divisions, you could say. So I'm definitely looking forward to this, and I should be getting a pretty good team because I'll probably post a graphics right here. You can see all the broken mons that were allowed. We have Magirna, Naganadel, Reshiram is 25-point mons, and I believe the budget is 115 points. So if you get a 25-point mon, that's like 20% of your budget. So it's a lot of points, but it's going to definitely be worth it. I was in a draft league where Dragapult was 25 points out of 100 as like your pool, so that's like 25% of the points, and the Dragapult coaches did really well. So not surprised, and ideally I try to get one of those broken mons if I can, just for the fun fact that they're fun factors. Just something different you guys really haven't seen in the draft league scene. Maybe outside of BBL, but they allow a little more Ubers mons in this league. This is like low tier Ubers that are also allowed in this, but I feel like there's a couple of the Ubers that are better than the others. And as we sit in the draft order, we got pick 9. So as you guys see, there's 3 mons each in 23 to 23 point tiers. So I'm guaranteed to get one of those mons. And as you guys expected, 8 out of the 9, or 8 before me, were all in that 23 to 25 point range. So I was only left with one choice if I wanted one of those options. I could still just get Dragapult because it's broken. Cinderace with Libero also seems fine. Urshifu is always a great mon, but this mon that was left in the 23 to 25 point range honestly was like either my second or my third choice. My number 1 choice was definitely Magirna. Like, that mon is just busted. And then my second or third would have been Reshiram. Neither of those obviously came back to me, but Magirna or Reshiram maybe is better than this mon here. This mon's also in the 23 point tier, so I have a little bit of more flexibility to deal with it than anything. And that's Solgaleo. Yeah, so Solgaleo for 23 points just seems super busted. I mean, all the 23 to 25 point mons just seem so good, but like Solgaleo just has really, really high stats. Base 137 HP, 107 defense, and 89 SPDF. That's not the greatest defensive stats, but just at high HP, and having the Steel and Psychic typing really takes on a lot of Pokemon, and it's pretty easy to run a Berry if I really, really had to take a hit, just because of like that raw base stat total. Having 97 speed is just, I really don't have to invest in it, and still at speed, like definitely bulkier mons and such. And 130 attack is definitely nothing to scoff at. It has Calm Mind, so it can set up on the special side or physical side. It has reliable recovery and Morning Sun. It has teleport if I want that as a momentum option. It has, is it Hal as a, no, it's not Hal, Workup as like a physical boosting option there. So yeah, I like a lot of options that Solgaleo provides, and I really feel like it counters a lot of the top mons as well, like Magirna, I have answers for, Naganadel has answers for. Maybe the only mon that it really doesn't handle that well is the Reshiram. To an extent, Giratina, but Giratina doesn't hit the hardest. But yeah, no, I really like this matchup against a lot of the top tier threats, and that was my focus for the first couple picks that I had, were focus on mons that can handle, in these situations, some of the really, really broken ones. Even like making sure I have an answer to Garchomp or Urshifu or Landorus, such like that. I mean, they're definitely good mons, but definitely not on the level of Solgaleo. So, next Pokemon I got, right in the middle of the tier list, and pretty surprised it came back to me. It just seems really nice to have the versatility of Intimidate, Momentum, Rocks, and such, and that is Landorus-t. You guys know what Landorus-t does. Has the option of going Scarf, which is great. Has the option of just being a Sword Stance, Rock Polish, Sweeper. I've seen Calm Mind even Landorus-t do well. So there's a lot of versatility there. Could also be just very defensive with Rocky Helmet. Yeah, I really like what Lando provides. It's another way to handle Magirna, which McGearin is always going to be annoying, but I think between Solgaleo with like Flare Blitz and landerst, I should be able to handle it fine. Handles like Dialga and such. So really like Landers on this, reliable rocks. Third Pokemon I had on my team wanted like a really solid special defensive sponge that could take on Reshiram, which they're pretty limited, especially because it has, what's the ability, like Terravolt, or the equivalent Turbo Blaze. So you ignore the abilities. So like, you could say like Snorlax is decent because it takes fire moves, but Turbo Blaze is gonna negate Thick Fat. Now Snorlax is an okay answer anyway to Reshiram, but I decided to go with a bulky water and a really warm minded I could take it on. Even like Toxapex wasn't the best answer. So the Pokemon I went with was Slowking. Slowking should be able to handle Reshiram, should handle Nagadadel to an extent too. I should be able to take boosted Draco Meteors or Sludge Wave, especially if I'm Assault Vest, and do pretty decent damage with, I believe, base 100 special attack. Base 100 special attack. So Slowking is going to be hitting good enough. It's not going to be setup bait, especially because it has teleport, so I can momentum into Landers or Solgaleo or whatever I want to. First 3 months, I'll have momentum, so I will definitely take that. The fourth Pokemon I wanted was a fairy, because there were a lot of fairies that were going in the last couple of picks, and I was debating about just getting Clefairy for the memes and like honestly being fine with that, but there was a fairy that I felt fit on the team pretty well. Also handles like Dragapult if I have to face that, and that is Togekiss. You guys know it could flinch down your team and just win in and of itself, but a really nice special defensive wall. It can be physical defensive, I suppose, too, to handle fighting types. To go with Slowking, which isn't also the greatest fighting resist, but it's okay. And Landers, which is obviously great, but doesn't want to take Ice Punches. So between these three, I should be fine. Solgaleo maybe will outspeed some fighting types, and obviously a Psychic coverage, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, Togekiss could also be a Scarfer, provides Defog, Sideway Landers sometimes to run it. I think Togekiss is going to run it more often than Landorus is. And a Choice Scarf user, if I really want to try to flinch down and win the game in that way. Also has Baton Pass, so fourth mode of momentum on this team. The next Pokemon I wanted, also to have another Dragapult check, have a general Ghost check, which I felt like was going to be tough, and I wanted a little bit of speed on this team, because base 100 and above would be pretty annoying for me. So I went with Zerud. I believe it's Zerud. I picked Zerud like early second round when it first came out for a draft league. So I thought it was going to be really good. I really liked it still, but it missed like every power up that season. It was very unfortunate, but Zerud is back. I've been really liking them on. It doesn't have a ton of physical options. It has basically close combat, Darkest Lariat, Power Whip, and then like other stabs like Low Kick could be an option. Seed Bomb could be an option. It has Iron Tail too. They hit fairies, I guess, but kind of predictable in what it's going to do. But it could be a Scarfer, can be a Banded user, can be Jungle Healing and set up on Bulky Waters. Which is another thing my team didn't really handle the best, was like wearing down bulky water types. So I think Zerud should be able to handle those very well. Zerud also handles like Giratina, which would be pretty annoying otherwise, like a Will-O-Wisp Hex Giratina. Zerud could take that on, really no issues. Next Pokemon I have on my team, wanted a poison, grounded poison, and ideally something that could T-Spike, so maybe I could go like a bulkier route, because I could definitely go like it's definitely not stall, but definitely like a balanced team with what I have and set up Toxic Spikes and be a little annoying that way, even like provide Wish with Togekiss. So next Pokemon I got, and it's also another special setup sweeper, which can go with the Solgaleo, can go with physically setting up Landorus. Togekiss can even be Nasty Plot. I guess Slowking can be a Calm Mind, Nasty Plot too. I have actually a lot of setup options on the team. But Neolego. Neolego with Power Herb Meteor Beam sets are just fun. With speed boosting nature, like that could really get out of control if your Steel type is dead. And I don't have the best answers to Steel, to be honest. Like Landorus is maybe the best one in the game. But like outside of that, I kind of don't break Steels that well. So maybe like in the last couple of picks, I'll focus on trying to break Steels. But I have that option there. Neolego can set up rocks as well, sets up T-Spikes, and it's just a really nice special attacker. Not a great physical defensive stat, but I have Lando and I have Solgaleo to take those hits fine, even Slowking to an extent. So not really worried about that. And it's a second Pokemon above base 100 speed, so I feel like that is definitely not that bad to have. And I feel like my defensive core is rounded out. Even after Zerud was pretty much rounded out, I could have gone with a couple cheaper Pokemon I was considering with neolego because the points are pretty tough in this. After neolego, I have, 21 points left. And I have to draft at least 4 Pokemon left. So I don't have a lot of options left. Kind of unfortunate, but I like it because it makes it a little bit tougher to draft like a bunch of broken top mons. Like I feel like it's been in some other draft leagues I've been in. So round 7, I wanted something super fast. So I got one of the fastest Pokemon available, and it's Solgaleo. Solgaleo provides me spikes, another momentum user, so everything but neolego provides momentum. U-turn, it has recovery, not that I'm really gonna ever use it, but it could be a ground resist if I really needed it too. I like that it's a fast final gambit option if I really want to like trade for something that is problematic. It's not the highest HP stat, but it can work. Doesn't handle steals, unfortunately, but it can provide spike support to maybe make it easier to kill steals later on. Next Pokemon I wanted, there is some decent value in the low tiers. Solgaleo was 7 points, so I have 16 points left for at least 3 Pokemon. So the next one I went with was Barbaracle for 3 points. That seems like just excellent value. It's a third rocker on the team to go with Landorus and Neolego. I feel like I should be pretty good setting up Roxy every week. But Barbaracle can just set up sweep and win in a pinch. It can be a little bit tough, especially with all the Ubermons available, but I like what Barbaracle provides. You guys saw my EWT run back in the day. I used Barbaracle a lot in that season and won me a championship. Could also be a Choice Scarf user, could be a Rocks user, and it has decent enough special coverage to like 4 times hit a couple Pokemon that can maybe wall in the physical side. We'll see, but Tough Claw is super strong with some of his attacking moves like Liquidation, Stone Edge, and such. Next Pokemon is also 3 points, a low tier fighting to take on those deals, and that's Sock. Sock is really nice because it has sturdy plus heavy duty boots. So like if there's Hazard Zag and someone's trying to like set up sweep and win, I have a way to say, okay, I'm 100% living one hit unless you're like Terra Volt, Reshiram, or something like that, and I will get an attack off. If it's like a counter and it's a physical hit and that kills you, that's great. It could be just a really hard boosted close combat. Because Sock has base, 125 attack. It's definitely gonna hurt to take some hits, even if they're resisted. And it has enough coverage and like Poison Jab, Stone Edge. It's just unfortunate Sock doesn't have momentum, but it's a really, really nice breaker. And I have plenty of momentum on the team, so I don't really have to worry about it. Next Pokemon I have here is for 2 points, and it's the best Rapidash version out there, and that's regular Rapidash. And this is going to be a couple answers to a couple high-tiered Pokemon. So I feel like Rapidash is really nice to handle a couple niche things. We'll find out if I ever bring it this season, but I like the options that it provides. And it's also something above base 100 speed, which I'll take. And the last Pokemon I have, which is also above base 100 speed, is Tauros. Tauros, it might be a little underwhelming with all the Ubers around, but it could hit hard. It has decent speed. Not a lot of momentum. That's kind of like a downfall to the last couple picks I have. They hit pretty hard, but they're just no momentum on them makes them a little bit harder to use or harder to get into the battle. But all these mons can revenge kill at least pretty well, and Tauros has good coverage. So yeah, that's my team. Should be a fun one. Solgaleo, landorus-t, Slowking. I like that combination there. I feel like it's going to do pretty well this season, but we'll see. But until next time, later guys.